Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and today we're going to look at the tangle Y. This is a new tangle from CZT Daniela Nielsen, and it is fantastic. Now, I had a pen that gave out, so I have started this already with a straight line. So this is going to start off with a set of, kind of a double set of straight lines. And I'm going to put this one down here. I want to try to do two on this. So what's neat about this tangle, besides that it's so whimsical, I love, love, love it for that alone. But this one, you can have it either be a line or a ribbon tangle, or you could use it to fill in, either way. So I'm gonna start off with just the line. So I'm going to do just this half, we'll say. So two sets of parallel lines like that. All right. Then we are going to put, at first I was calling them, like large bumps, but then we decided these look like more like gumdrops. So I'm going to put one, I'm going to start in the middle, and I'm just putting one. And so these can be any shape, it's just a big curved line. And so however it ends up, it ends up. And so one on one side, and so we're just kind of like going to alternate them. But I like to start in the middle, well, sort of middle, on one. And then I'm going to put this one over here, and then I'll put one over on this side. Okay? Next step is we're going to put an orb. So just on one side. Just an orb. Now, if you want to, you can leave a little, of the original, I don't know if you can see that, of the original tile color. It makes for a little bit of a shine, if you wish. And just like that. All on the one side, that's how she has it in her step out. Now, could you do them different? Of course you can. But we want to follow her step out, and then you can play as you wish. Now, we're going to do, it's kind of some aura-ing, and I'm going to start in the middle here. So what we're going to do is we're going to aura this side, but we're going to make a line from this double line set to this double line set. And we're going to start off with aura-ing around the end, but then when you get about halfway, then we're going to come down, and meet that the other side here. So I'm just going to start here, like I said, and you're just kind of aura-ing around it, and then to that other double line set. And then on the other side as well, same idea. Like that. And then for the others as well. And feel free to turn your tile as need be. And this last one. Oh, this one is kind of right at the edge here. We'll do that. All right. Okay. Then the next step is, and as she has it, now you can decorate this differently if you wish. I'm going to go ahead and follow what she had on the original set. Well, also on her on Daniela's step outs, she had straight lines. She also had one where you could just fill the whole section in. The trick with this, as I have some lines here set, and because I've made this mistake, is we're doing in between. So we've auraed around the big gumdrop, right? So this part, we're going to leave that alone. We're going to put these lines and decorate with some kind of a texture in between those two. Actually, we thought this either looks like a wishbone, a tuning fork, or a wine glass. Because we just got done. I did this for our my Tangle time session this evening. So we've had a couple sessions of fun with this tangle. All right, so just putting some straight lines, and I'm holding my pen real light on the tile, and so the lines aren't. They're sort of straight, but kind of when you do it light like this, I don't know. It just it's different than if you put your pen down and you make a deliberate stroke. It's just a little bit different. It makes them a little bit lighter, which is kind of nice. I'm going to come over here, do the same thing. Now, don't worry about, making sure that these lines match up with these. It's all okay. you know, this is essentially just texturing this section. And then I got this little bit right over here. And there we have it. You know, we'll do shading in a moment, because I want to share what you would do if you want to, you know, stack these essentially. So, oh, I could have made that a little thicker. Oh well. So we're going to use this same double line here and add an additional line. Actually, I'm going to go with this one. These ones will be bigger. And same idea, except what we're going to do, so we'll start with the gumdrops, as I'm calling them. And what makes a neat effect is if you mirror it, but utilizing the thought of the hollowbow technique, where we're, as if we were drawing, you know, the same thing on the other, as if we were continuing it. It's just kind of neat to just kind of match up. Okay, here's where this line starts, so this one starts, and then there we go. Oh, that one is rather big. Oh, well. And then I'll do this one since I'm on that same side, and then I don't have to flip. There we go. And then this one is going to be on the bottom here, so that one is okay. I can just do like so. All right, and then, no, you don't have to put, I'm going to put the little orbs, I'm going to have them go the other direction just because I want to. Because it's just kind of, it's just so fun. Oops. This one doesn't have so much room, but that's okay. All right. Then again, that next step was doing the aura-ing. Now this one too, just because it makes for a neat effect to kind of line up where these lines start. And then this one, so because we're going to start here on the bottom, you just want to, as you come up, just kind of make sure that you've sort of lined that up as best you can. And again, this is just my suggestion. Do you have to do that? No. And then this last one, you can do whatever you want. All right, and then we'll add in with more of those lines. And actually what's kind of neat is if you can have that really light touch. So it's just kind of bouncing along the texture of the paper. You can kind of get different thicknesses. And then sometimes if it skips a little bit, that's okay. It adds in a little like natural sparkle. For those that say, if you've never done that before, that is one of the techniques that we utilize, where you just might leave a little gap, say like that, and you would do it consistently, so as to give the impression of a shine without adding any color or anything. But sometimes it's just nice to just not really worry, and just kind of make the lines relatively quick, not too quick so that it makes a big mess, but just also light. So it just I don't know, it looks freer than having that. Well, it looks freer, and then also it looks thinner. So it's a little bit of a contrast, even though I'm using the same pen, because these lines were much more deliberate than the others. So now for some shading ideas, what I like to do. So if you just go around the edges, the outside edges of this, or actually it could be the inside edge of where you've put your texture. I was going to flip that tile, but I don't think I need to. Just going around those edges. And like so. And even already, just even adding the graphite around the edge makes for a neat effect. And then when we go and use the tortillon, oops, I forgot this little section here, and smudge it out, as I like to say. And as I've misplaced, there we go, my tortillon. All right. And I'm just going to do this side. So again, you know, if you've watched any of my other videos, I like to keep the point of the tortillon on the graphite, like pointing to, instead of like going this way. And then I'm just using some very small circles, kind of small circles, and going back and forth a little bit, because I just want to smooth out the graphite a little bit. I don't necessarily, because this is a small area, I don't want to draw it out too much. All right, then I'm going to flip and do the other side. And as you can see, it is adding some really neat dimension by doing that. Because what we want to have is we want to have this openness. As you can see, the original tile color here, that's what makes that kind of rounded effect. And if we bring it out too far, then we just end up with it all gray. And if that's what you want, that's fine. But that's what I'm looking for, is to have just that, it makes it look rounded. And actually, with the way it did those lines just really light like that, it kind of gives it sort of a wood grainy type of look. Or wood cut, I like to think about sometimes. So that's essentially it. You could add, you know, if you wanted to, a little bit of, I'm just adding from what's left on the tortillon, you know, a little graphite here on these guys, if you want to. It's kind of nice. It adds a little something extra to those. Or honestly, even if you left this flat, you know, no shading, and just add color or something, it still has a really, really neat look. To me, it harkens back to I don't know, late 60s, 70s, you know, kind of graphics and things like that. It just, I don't know why, but it just does. So with or without shading, it looks really cool. Let me show you some examples of some other fun that you can have with this. So this is, let me pull this out here so that way you can, there we go, that's a little bit better. Erase that. All right. So this is some fun that I had with this. And, you know, did the same thing where I had them stacked, but then decided to take these double lines and have them morph into something else. So this is Sprinkle, and I believe it was just yesterday. I did a video on that one. Rixty is this one here, and I know that there's a video on that as well. And Laced, I believe I have one on that also. I will do my best to remember and see if I can put some links in there in case, so just that way it's easy for you to find. So that was one thing. And I hadn't quite finished this because I just remembered I darkened in here because I wanted to have these kind of panels sink down into the pattern. But I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. I wanted to make those. I was making all of these darker, so I put graphite here. It could go a little bit darker, actually. I'm just going to... But then I wasn't doing... I was leaving that empty, even though, I mean, my original string line is there, but I was darkening, you know, these just in between those, just because it's kind of neat to do. Oh, and I think for the effect, I have to do all of this. Yeah. Yeah, so I'll finish this while we're talking, apparently. And then this as well, because these guys are underneath the border. And on the border, we have growing all of this plant life that's it's also whimsical. When I first saw this, I was thinking that they kind of look like little aliens. And so then my brain went to, you know, my favorite organic tangles that also have that spacey, you know, kind of look. And Rixty's one of those, and Sprinkle also. But anyway, so that's a lot of fun. Then also decided to do, because as you'll see if you click the link for the Tangle patterns, she did this frame. And well, that's a neat thing also. So you can do it in a row and do it as a frame. Also added some orbs, just a little bit different texture to see what that looks like, and it looks really neat. Now this one, what I did was this is a bijou tile. This is actually a bijouism, and I originally was going to do that, so that way I had a little frame if I wanted to, you know, stick a bijouism in there, just because it's kind of cute. But then I decided, well, we'll add a little, you know, actually I could do it as a flap, so you could discover sprinkle. Anyway, so that's just some fun that you can have with this amazing new tangle from CZT Daniela Nielsen. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do, give us a thumbs up on the in the box there. If you like it enough that maybe you want to see some more, feel free to click subscribe. And yeah, until next time, enjoy and happy tangling.